Can see what we'll do today? I'm out early today, just experimenting, trying something new. Why not? Going for a classic pose. Let's see how it goes. Well, that kind of rhymes. There. Hey Nicosit, how are you, man? I'm out early. I'm very good, man. How have you been? How has your days been? I can imagine you've been free from work due to and school and stuff. See if we can frame this guy. Almost like a painting. Yeah, that's a good beginning. Can almost see who it is though, but I don't know why I chose him today. It just felt good. Chihuahuas cutest, how are you? Welcome. I'm Nicosit. I'm doing Superman now. I don't know why. No apparent reason for choosing him. You know, sometimes I don't know what to draw. I just want to draw. Then I do some fan art and go for the classics. And you don't get more classic than this guy, right? And I want him in a like classic situation too, like saving a lot of people and this kind of stuff, Superman stuff. And Superman hairdos as well. There, let's have some fun with this guy. Let's have him like in a building or something. Hi, how are you, man? I can't read your name. Oh, it's not raining here though. Pavlik. Now I read your name, Pavlik. How are you? Thank you for yesterday, Pavlik. I really appreciate it. We have a storm though, Pavlik, here. It's a huge storm. And it will continue and it will get worse during the day. So I'll probably stay at home. Hopefully, probably, mostly, maybe. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I like it too, Necrosit. I like the classic one. I know in the 90s, Necrosit, they gave him like a mullet, like longer hair. And I was like, what the H is going on, man? Why give this guy a mullet? Here in Sweden, when I was younger, the mullets, they call them hockey hairdo. It was like the dude that was playing hockey that had mullets. I think they still call it hockey hairdo. There, let's see, we can give him some eyes too. Let's continue the hairdo. No, that's the wrong pen. That pen is like giving up. It is a lot of fun doing these though. All them crazy effects. I like doing them. there. Let's see. Starting the cross hatching. Hey Afro, how are you, man? And welcome back. I'm going for the original superhero. Dare I say the one who started it all? Could be. Well, Merry Christmas, dude. Yeah, I didn't expect it this early either, but I had some time over. I rarely do at this time. And so I felt like, let's try something new and bold. Bold, not bald. And there was like, try a new time. Let's try something new. Why not? This guy is so much fun to do like this that I almost forget. It happens a lot with this guy. I forget to do his famous S symbol. Yeah, I know that Afro. I know you do. I kind of liked him too because he was more like, I liked his power levels. They were not like godlike, and I liked his. He was a bit younger. Hey Marnie, welcome. Nicholas, this Musashi Miyamoto. Okay, I need to research this Musashi Miyamoto. Not research. I need to see how he looked, but I will write it down because my memory is not the best. Musashi. Musashi. Musashi Miyamoto. This must be an anime, right? From Baki. 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 I'm gonna check it out, dude. Let's see what happens. I will not look at it now, but I will look at it later when I have some time over. I always wanted to do a cover like this when I was younger for like DC or Marvel or something like that. That's why it's good to do some fan art to like kind of do what you wanted to do before when you were a kid. Some people still say that you can still do it now, but I understand that there's no jobs anymore in that sector of the business like DC and Marvel. I always, when I draw by myself, I listen to music scores from movies that I like. A lot of Danny Elfman and these kind of things. But going live, you're not allowed to use the music that you want. Oh, okay. First Man, Blade Runner, and Tenet. Um, Tenet is awesome. I can agree. I've listened to a lot of like from the same. Um, what's his name? He's the guy who made the music there. I can't remember this German dude. Of course, I listened to a lot of the Dark Knight trilogy, and he made this. Um, well, the one with Leonardo DiCaprio, this sci-fi movie, they go into dreams and all that stuff. That's an awesome soundtrack to listen to. Blade Runner is awesome too. I haven't even listened to the Avatar and all this stuff. There was a really good movie music dude that made Avatar. He passed away. I think he was in an accident a couple of years ago. Sadly, because he did a lot of good music. We have a lot of shoppers out today, and those are police choppers, helicopters. That means there is a lot of drama out. Sadly, but true. Yeah, it's pretty sad. That guy that made that movie, the movie score, he made a lot of good movie score. I really enjoyed his work. He made the Amazing Spider-Man too. That's some awesome movie score. I mean, Danny Elfman's Spider-Man is awesome, but then they made this reboot with Andrew Garfield, and that movie score is awesome too, with Amazing Spider-Man, and that was the same guy who made the Avatar. And it is sad because he was awesome, man. I really enjoyed his music. Another one I always go back to, when I was, I wouldn't say younger, but not long ago, let's put it that way. I listened a lot to, or I watched this sci-fi show called Battlestar Galactica, which was awesome. And this was in the 2000 something, not the one from the 70s. And that score is awesome, man. It's crazy. So that's one that I always go back to. The show was awesome, but the guy who made the music, Bear something, can't remember his name, he's made a lot of different stuff after that, but that I mean, I listened to all the 4 seasons. Can you imagine? And they're all awesome, equally awesome. Bear McReady or something like that. I can't remember his name. And of course, Danny Elfman, man. I mean, the Spider-Man score and the Batman things that he did, those are always classic. And it's enjoyable to draw with that kind of music. It inspires you a little bit more. Sounds corny, but that's like the truth, man. But I need to start listening to Tenet. It is an awesome movie. A lot of people don't understand Tenet, and they don't like it because they don't understand it. But it is awesome. I like to rewatch it, and the score is awesome. So that's a good choice, man. Hold on. There. We're back. We're back. Okay, Afro, you should watch it. You need to have patience watching Battlestar Galactica because a lot of episodes are fillers, but it has a lot of I mean, the main story is awesome, what they're searching for and all this, and they have a lot of mystery and stuff that you want to find out about, and some awesome characters. I really like the characters too, and the music was epic. It was very new for the time. So that's what I like to listen to when I'm drawing, especially now that I'm doing my graphic novels and all that stuff. I'm always listening to that stuff. Now I'm putting a lot of crosshatch here on the arm because he's carrying a lot of load there and lifting up a building. Let's say it's a building, right? Yeah, Ludwig Göransson, he's Swedish. And he's done a lot of awesome things lately. Especially with I think he made the Mandalorian and all that stuff. But he did a lot of other stuff, right? Can't remember all of them. But movie scores are underrated. I've lived that like that for many years. I stopped listening to pop music. I liked alternative alt before anything like that, but I stopped all that, and I'm all for like movie scores, or if it's a good show that's been awesome. And of course, it need to be good music, man. I don't listen to them just because the show was good. I mean, it needs to be something special with it, something that I feel like, well, that show was awesome. Yeah, yeah, you're right there, Afro. They don't, and I kind of miss that. I listen also a lot. Well, you can't go through. You can't go through movie scores without mentioning John Williams, of course. You don't get more epic than that, than John Williams. And I grew up with John Williams. I mean, all them. I mean, I still listen to E.T. Of course, Star Wars too, man, and the Indiana Jones movies are awesome, man. Not the main theme, but if you listen to the whole movie scores, go through the whole albums, they have some awesome stuff, man. And this is why I grew up with all this kind of movies. This is why the graphic novels are inspired by old school adventure movies. like those. Not necessarily Star Wars, a little bit, yes, but mostly like Indiana Jones and this kind of stuff. And I grew up with them old school James Bond movies too, which also is like a action adventure kind of a deal, right? They started with all them firecrackers and fireworks and stuff over here now, so we will not get a lot of sleep these days, I guess. It's like this every year though. God damn. Oh, you see, I told you I always forget the S symbol. And can you imagine that I forgot it today as well? And the crowd goes, of course we can imagine. He's getting all food, this dude. Yeah, John Barry. I don't recognize the name, but of course, a lot of Bond movies are awesome. And I kind of like the old school Bond scores, not the main score or not the popular music that came with it, but there were also some like from the 60s that were awesome that I liked. But I liked them, those kind of movies when I was younger, and that's what I'm trying to do with the graphic novels. I'm trying because I always remember it was very exciting when I was a kid going to see them movies, and you had like, it always started like the first act was this gigantic action scenes that had nothing to do with the story, just a presentation of the characters in different difficult situations trying to get out of, and it was very exciting as a kid. those were the things that we liked. There, there, and there. Okay. Let's see, we have a lot of them taking away some of them pencil work that are very obvious and annoying. Oh, but that's the period that I'm talking about. Afro is like the Goldfinger and all that stuff. I grew up with that stuff, man. Benny Boo Lover, hi, how are you? Thank you. Okay, next visit. I felt I enjoyed the last Superman movie too, but it was too much happening for my head to get around. It was a lot. It felt a bit like a them television flash shows. Not in a bad way, but it was too much happening though. But hopefully they can do it better next time. Yeah, Afro, me too. That's what I'm imagining him if we were to color this with red eyes or something like that. Okay, let's concentrate on the background too. So this is like a collapsed building, and he's lifting up the building or something like that. So It is kind of nice going live this early, to be honest. Hope I had more time for this. Sometimes being out late doing the lives are a bit, I wouldn't say stressful, but it does you need to have like sometimes you're in a hurry and all that stuff. But that's just sometimes, man. Hey, last Uchilia. Hi India, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, Nicosid, I'm sure it will get better. I've been a fan of Guy Gardner since the 90s from the comic books, of course. And he was always fighting with Batman, not like, because they were both like in the Justice League, and he never agreed with Batman, and Batman was like the leader in the Justice League. And it was kind of funny. He was a kind of funny guy. He still is a funny guy though. I kind of like him. He's a good character. So let's do the S. We need the S symbol, man. Yeah, you're right, the Afro. It is an introduction, and of course you need to have patience when something is introduced like that. But I don't know, I feel it was too many characters at once. But it's just my opinion. It doesn't mean that I'm right or anything like that. It's just... Okay, let's see if we can do this. Now it's got an S, of course. We need to create an S here. But let's do it immediately, like so. There. We have some sort of a S symbol. Yeah, he is very heroic, this guy Gardner, and I mean, that's the reason the ring chose him, I guess. They choose people who need to be heroic, being Green Lanterns. But for me, it's always like, I feel, I've said it many times here before, I feel there's too many alternatives. I'm more of the guy that's like this one Superman, one Spider-Man. I feel it's too many of them now. So I was happy having one Green Lantern. Now we have a lot of them. And of course we need to adjust to that, and I feel people like it though. They like having lots of lanterns and Superman and like my son, he's a big fan of Miles Morales, for example. But I'm like old fashioned. It's the greasy hair that we always talk about. But I kind of like it more darker and greasier than it is though. So let's make it darker and greasier. There, darker and greasier hair. Yeah, yeah, you're right. The afro, he is. I feel, I totally agree. I feel there's nothing special with Miles at all, but um, the kids like him, and there's nothing. I mean, if I understand Marvel, they feel like if they're selling more issues like that, and DC too, man, because you have, like I said, you have a lot of you have a lot of you have a lot of Green Lanterns and Flashes and all this stuff now going on. And it's not too much to do about that. It is what it is. But I kind of enjoyed it better when it wasn't like that. It's like, I think it started with the popularity with the X-Men, and then you had like this blue team and gold team X-Men, and they felt like, oh, we can send a lot of X-Men, a lot of different comics. We'll just make two teams out of the the one team that people really liked and loved. I really liked and loved the X-Men when I was growing up. And then Jim Lee came in, awesome artist, and then they made this blue team, gold team, and of course after all that, eventually you had like 5 X-Men titles in the same time, and then you had like a lot of Avengers titles in the same time, and of course a lot of Spider-Man titles. It's always been like that. You have like this Peter Parker Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man and the Web of Spider-Man. You had a lot of Spider-Man issues, but it was still one Spider-Man. And I remember in the 90s Wolverine was so popular, so they put him in like almost all the superhero groups, and they made a joke out of it in one comics that he was like tired jumping around. He was like in all the comics. He was in Avengers and I think not Fantastic Four, but in like in 4 different X-Men titles and all that. But that's the business, I guess. It's a business thing. Yeah, I haven't read too much about America Chavez. I know about her, not from the MCU only, but from the comics. But I don't know too much about her, other than she's like jumping around realities and stuff. Yeah, Necrosid, you can always read stuff now, man. It's never too late to get into comics. Okay, I finished Superman. I wanted to do this Superman in a building like this, kind of a more personally getting close up into his face almost. Saving people because that's what he do, I felt. This is Superman. This is the Superman I grew up with anyways. Let's get this S clean a little bit. Just a little bit, so we can see it. Getting it clean like this and clear, so we can see it like a bit better. There. Superman being Superman and doing what Superman always does, saving dudes and people. Okay, but mangas are awesome, man. I've never read a manga, Nequisite. My son has mangas. I've never read them, but I need to do it. But it's different because I felt when I open his manga, they're like black and white, and they look a little more chaotic, though. Well, thank you, Afro. Yeah, he's kind of moody, this guy, but he's like concentrating. Superman is concentrating in saving people, and that's his mission tonight in this day. So that's it. He's lifting up this building just to save a lot of people underneath this. But he has a strange hairdo today. I don't know why. It's one of these days, maybe. He slept on the wrong side of the bed. But that's it. It was awesome coming out early today. Different. Nice to do something different. I enjoy it. I like it. It's awesome. I'm gonna try to do it again, man. But that's it, my friends. I'm finished for today. Let's see if we can do something new tomorrow. I'm gonna check out this Musashi Muyamoto. Let's see what happens with that. Chaos Demons from Warhammer 4000. I'm gonna check that out too, Mr. Afro. I kinda enjoyed the Warhammer I did last time. So let's see what happens. Thank you, Nekusit. Now, have a nice evening. What is it? Boxing Day today? I can't remember what they call it, but enjoy your time while it lasts, because we're all free from work and all that stuff. I'm gonna be back at work on Monday, but it's just for a couple of days, because then we'll celebrate New Year's, and then we'll enter a new year, my friends, 2026. So let's see what that brings. Okay, my friends, that is it. I'm gonna say goodbye. I will not say good night this time, because we're early in this part of the world anyways. Okay, my friends, take care of yourselves, and hopefully see you guys next time.